Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Life of a Network Engineer. This channel will be more into networking and also other learnings what I learned throughout my life. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Let's skip to the video now. So in this video, we'll be looking into how do we configure BGP with wait attribute. In my previous video, I have already put how to configure BGP between just two routers. If you haven't looked into that video, I'm giving the link on the top. You can go ahead and search that. So we'll skip to the video now. In the interest of time, I've just configured a small architecture which is R1, R2, R3 and R4, and these four routers have BGP between them. Like R1 has BGP sessions with R2 and R3. Similarly, R3 has BGP session between R1 and R4. R2 will have BGP between R4 and R1. So I have given the AS numbers for R1 as 100, R2 as 200, R3 as 300 and R4 as 400. Okay, and there are just two PCs connected. We are planning to configure the IP 10.1.1.5 here in the PC, which is a slash 24, and another PC will be configuring 10.1.2.5. Okay, we'll enable the routing between these and we'll look into the entire configuration. We'll just go through the R1 configuration first. There are three interfaces in R1. 0/0 is the LAN interface, which has dot 1, which is the gateway IP, and 1.0 will be connecting to R2. The IP is 1.1, 192.168, 1.1. So here 1.1 and 1.2 are used for the eBGP, and similarly to connect to R3, the IP address are 1.5 and 1.6. Okay, I'll show you the BGP configuration. I haven't configured a detailed BGP, just two lines. As we have seen in the last video, in our previous video, router BGP AS number, neighbor IP for this router and neighbor IP for the other router. Okay, similarly I have the same kind of configuration for R2 and R3 as well. I'll just show you that so that we'll be clear on the architecture. This is R2 router. Again, FA0/0 is connected on the top, which is to R4 with an IP address of 1.13. So this eBGP session will have 192.168, 1.13 and 1.14. And there is another interface 1.0 which is connected to this R1 router with an IP address of 1.2. Okay, and we have BGP running between these two. So if you remember the command, it is show run pipe begin router BGP. So similar configuration 1.1 will be configured to R1 and 1.14 to R4. Okay, and I'll show you the configuration of R3 as well. R3 has two interfaces, 1.9 which is connecting to R4 and 1/0 which is connecting to R1 with IPs 1.9 and 1.6. So currently there are BGP sessions running for between all these routers. We'll take a look on that as well. But before moving there, I'll just show you the IP address, which is 2.1, which is the gateway for the LAN, and then 1.10 1/0, which is for this router, and for 2/0 1.14. Okay, you can see that here. So I'll show the BGP sessions as well. So there are two commands: show IP BGP session, show IP BGP summary, and also to show IP BGP all summary. What is the difference? So show IP BGP summary will give the entire BGP config neighbors which are up, but show IP BGP all summary provides the BGP which are inside the MPLS, which is inside the VRF as well. Okay, as we don't have VRF, we'll just stick to show IP BGP summary itself. But if you are working in an ISP environment, it's always better to give a command like show IP BGP all summary so that you get the VRF BGP as well. We look into the neighbors of all the routers. Okay, we have from router R1, I'll just put it here. From router R1, we have two BGPs running, and router R2 will also have two BGPs running, and router R3 and router R4 will also have two BGPs running. So now how do we attain the traffic redirection using wait? Okay, now the first step is to try pinging the VPC1 from VPC2 to see how it's reachable. Okay, I'll configure the IP address i/24.1.1 for VPC1, and I'll configure parallelly for VPC2 as well. IP 10.1.2.5/24 10.1.1. I'm sorry, 2.1. Okay, that's done. We'll try pinging from the VPC 1. We'll first ping the gateway that is reachable. Okay, and next we'll try pinging the gateway of the other end, which is 2.1, that is also pinging, and at last we'll ping the next end PC itself, that is also pinging. So we'll see how this is which path it is taking. So we'll give the command trace and then the IP address. Okay, so here we can see that the first hop is 10.1.1, which is the gateway, and from here it is going to 1.6, which is through R3 router, and then it is taking the other BGP 1.10, which is through this interface to R4, and finally to the PC. Okay, so if you will see how the routing is done, or how the routes are received in the R1 router. When you give show IP route, we can see 192, sorry, when we see 10.1.2.0, which is a subnet from this R4 router, is reached via 1.6. So we'll see how this BGP is working when we configure wait. Okay, so I'll just see the configuration again and we'll configure on top of it. Conft, and then we'll configure, as it is already going through 1.6, we'll configure higher weight for 1.2. So the command here is neighbor IP wait, and then I'll just configure the weight as 500. Okay, sometimes this will work right away, or sometimes we'll have to clear the BGP session, but the best practice is always to clear the BGP session, and as you know, it's a lab, so there might be some fluctuations as well, so it's always better to clear the BGP session for it to take effect. Okay, so I'm clearing BGP here. So the new command here is clear IP BGP star, which clears all the BGP routes, all the BGP neighbors in the router 1. Suppose if you are in a very big environment, this is not a safe command. You should never use this command. You should give clear IP BGP neighbor and the neighbor IP. Okay, or clear IP BGP and the neighbor IP. Okay, so we can see here that show IP BGP summary. The BGP has come up. We can see through the logs, and we see that the prefix are also received, which is 5 prefixes, right? So again, we'll see the show IP route to see from where the routes are received. As you see here, 1.2.0 is received from 192.168.1.2, which is from R2. Previously it was coming from R3. Now as we have configured the weight, it is coming from R2. Okay, so we'll try pinging this from the VPC once again. Again we'll ping the gateway 2.1, that's pinging, and then we'll ping the PC itself. So from VPC 1 we are trying to ping VPC 2. Okay, So we see here that when we give a trace, now you see that the trace is between coming from 1.2 and then it is going from 1.14, which is this interface here, and then it reaches the VPC. Okay, so we'll do a small tweaking here as well. We'll give a higher metric, or we'll do the BGP configuration for wait with higher metric to the other neighbor to see if the routes are redirecting. Okay, so for that to work, we'll configure the router BGP again, and the weight this time we'll give a higher weight to the other neighbor, so that two neighbors will have weight, but the highest weight will be always preferred. We'll just check that out. Okay, we are going to give here weight and then the weight as 600, as there is 500 for this neighbor. The next neighbor we are going to give it with 600. Okay, again the same command, clear IP BGP star to reset the neighbors. We'll see if the neighbors have come up. Yes, it has come up and the routes are also received. Okay, now we'll see the show IP route. Okay, we are now receiving it. We have not received it. We'll wait for some more time. So we can see here it is received from, it took some time. So now it is connecting via, coming via 1.6. Okay, and we'll see the trace route as well, which is from VPC1. So it is taking 1.6 now. Previously it was taking 1.2. So there is another command to see how the routes are preferred. The command is show IP BGP. That's it. So you see here 1.2. Okay, and it is a valid route which is star, and which is the best route which is greater than, and you can see what are the weights here. Okay, so you can see here two routes are present, 1.6 and 1.2. If you see the weight, it is 600 and the weight from for 2 is 500. So the path which is taken for 6 is from AS path 300 and weight 500. The AS path is 200. So which means that whenever this neighborship goes down, okay, automatically the other weight will be preferred and there will be a traffic flow which is happening between these two routers. So in general, it is an auto failover what we have configured in a small environment. In our next video, we'll be looking into how to configure local preference. We'll be putting two routers, okay, in our LAN environment itself, so as to configure local preference. As weight is local to router, we have used only one router, but local preference it can be done through two routers as well. So we'll see how that scenario works in our next video. So thanks for watching guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Happy learning.